I'd like to thank you all for coming out today, even though you have to again. This is, I urge you to really listen to what each of us have to say, and take what we say on issues as what really drives your decision. This isn't an election about personalities or about about popularity or anything. This is an election about issues. We need to look at the problems that our country is facing today. We need to look at and also look at how we're going to solve these problems. So, really take what we say and consider it deep within your hearts, and you'll know what decision. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now the New American candidate, please state.
Well, I'd also like to thank you for coming out to listen to our speeches today, and it promises to be quite interesting, hopefully quite exciting as well. So let's go. My fellow Americans, let's face it, it's time for a new direction. We've had 8 long years of poor ideas, poor decisions, and poor planning. We need a new direction, a direction towards lower taxes for everyone, low-cost health care, improved education in public schools, private social security that will let everyone control their own financial futures, and plan their lives the way that they want to. In order to change our course and begin heading in a new direction, we must work to start steering from the inside out. We need to begin to strengthen our country from its heart and spread the strength through the entire country. I plan to start steering the magnificent vessel that is the United States of America on a course that will take us through some turbulent waters, but the ship will stay afloat, and waters will calm into peaceful waves. Some will seek to blow us off our course, and keep us sailing in circles rather than in a straight line. That will take us where we need to go, but with a capable and experienced captain at the helm, we will hold steady to our course. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, the first question will be for the Free Liberty candidate. Please explain to the voters why you and your party support a federally funded school voucher program.
School voucher programs are extremely important. Our party and myself think that this is the greatest thing that we can do for our kids. We can take education to a whole new level. We can bring back, we can bring America back to the forefront of the world as far as education. School vouchers provide competition, and the reason we want to do this is school vouchers will create competition and create virtually a brand new market of education. We've seen this, with private schools. Private schools compete over students. If this private school has a strong, academic program, then another private school has to have a stronger one at a lower price to draw more people. But in the past, as is today, this is only limited to the very wealthy, the ones who can afford to send their kids to private school. Doing this, creating school vouchers, will allow every person in America to basically become a consumer in the education market. This will basically be the equivalent of us sending all of our kids to private schools. And this will also allow kids from areas that don't have very good public schools, such as inner cities, to travel, to commute if they wish, to other schools that are better outside of the school, or to private schools and bring their vouchers with them. This is an excellent idea. I really am just unsure what would be bad about it. This is an excellent plan that will bring America back into global competition in education.
Okay. Quick follow-up.
Yes?
Most studies show that the voucher, if these programs are created, accepted, whatever, most studies show that the voucher would only cover maybe up to half the cost of private school tuition. You're saying that our failing schools are in our inner cities that has mainly poor families. Mm-hmm. Where are these lower income families going to get the money to make up the difference between the voucher and the actual cost of that school?
The actual cost of the school, I think what you're referring to, the studies take private schools that are outside of the public school curriculum, jurisdiction. So what this would do is we'd have the same public schools, they would still be public schools, it's just that you could choose where you wanted to go, and to choose the same level of these schools, to choose a different level of these schools.
But if you're taking this money out of these poor schools, give it to these kids to where they can go to the good schools, what happens to those kids that can't leave? What happens to those schools?
What do you mean they can't leave? Like can't travel to these other schools?
Some can't afford to be driven over by their parents to a school in a different county because they have to be at work. They rely on bus transportation.
Unfortunately, this is a problem that we'll have to deal with then. And this is another opportunity where free markets can come into play. Some schools may offer, hey, if you come to our school, which our school is great, we'll drive you. We'll arrange for a carpool. They'll be able to, as a free market device, come up with, different schemes, different ideas to bring students from farther away places to normal.
So now you're shifting the burden to the good schools having to pay to go get those other kids and bring them into their school.
Absolutely. It's just like if you would want to go to a hospital that was better but farther away. You might have to pay a little bit more, but the hospitals are going to do everything that they can to bring you there so that you can bring the money with you. Okay.
Well,
All right. Vouchers are only good in theory. That's the only thing that we have to look to. Basically, what John supports in this voucher is going to destroy these other schools that you're sending students to. All of the things that John just talked about are what ifs. Well, maybe if we do this, then we can get people to carpool, and we can look at it in a great way like that. But I mean, you cannot assure that these schools are going to be able to do that, because maybe these schools won't financially, with these vouchers, be able to support that itself. These new schools, as much as they're going to be increasing and growing, that's still a large thing, especially as we see gas prices going up. You cannot assure that that is going to be the solution to the voucher problem. And what we also see in this issue is we see that there is a problem when you are taking these people from these lower schools instead of funding these schools to improve their standards of education. What we could be doing is funding these lower level schools and increasing their educational standards so that they're supplying their students with a better education versus this Band-Aid solution that John is proposing, in which we just take these students away. What happens to those other students that can't travel? What happens to that school district and that school itself? There's no solution to that. What we need to look to is providing these other schools that are currently operating at a below standard, and we need to fix them. If we can fix them, then we won't even need a voucher system, and that's something that we should be looking to in the future. Thank you.
Can I follow up with that? Since it is a very important issue. What he is proposing is throwing money at a problem. All he's doing is saying, well, we have a problem, let's throw money at it. I don't have any better idea than my opponent, so let me just attack my opponent's idea. What I'm coming up with is a real solution. All my opponent is, the only solution that he's offering right now is throwing money at the problem. That's frankly unacceptable in my mind.